Welcome. I'm Bernie Winter from the Condominium Real Estate Sales Academy and Condo Check. And today I would like to talk to you about noise and odors in a condominium. I think one of the biggest pieces to identify for yourself as a buyer, or for a buyer if you're a realtor, is their sensitivity level to noise. This is often not even thought of, not even discussed, and yet it becomes a real nightmare for someone who is extremely sensitive, where they have a noise issue, such as a squeaky floor above. A floor that is echoing can be like living in the inside of a drum. I mean, imagine what that's like, and there's no remedy to that. Um, some of the things that you can watch for. If you have someone, for example, that works shift work and they sleep during the day, important question: do they sleep sound? Does noise bother them? A barking dog down the hall could be enough to make their residency there, just a nightmare, really. So, what are some of the key things? So, let's say you do have that extremely sensitive person, pin drops, and they're awake. Here's some of the things to watch for. Don't have a unit that is next to, above, or beside the entrances to the building, the overhead garage door as well. There's traffic coming and going, and there are sounds, people talking, that kind of thing. If there's an amenities room, especially a gym where they have free weights, be sure you're not right below that, beside it, or above it directly. These are some real keys of being near or above a mechanical room. Not a common issue, but depending on the age of the building, depending on the soundproofing, there are factors. These are things that can result in sounds. Being next to a coin-operated laundry facility in the building, being next to the social room. You get the idea? Look at all of those things that the building is offering, and then take a look at the proximity in the unit that this person is purchasing. These are things that cannot be remedied. There isn't a condo board, around that has the pockets to, restructure a building because of someone's sound sensitivity. Now, the things you can control: if you're someone who loves your music and you like it loud and you're respecting, the whatever time frames, some of them are 8 o'clock, some are 11 o'clock. The city is 11 o'clock in Calgary anyways. So, you have bylaws that overshadow condo bylaws. They also apply. But let's say you are wanting to respect your neighbors, which should be a priority. Put your speakers against a wall that is backing onto a room within your condo unit, not on an outside wall that's sharing with a neighbor. This can make a huge difference. Look into sound barriers for that speaker under and behind. Those are things that can help, because that drumming, the vibration from the speaker, does travel through the walls. And interestingly, it can travel along concrete, it can travel along a wood structure, metal, a pipe. 3, 4 units away, it can be affecting a unit on the ground floor when you're on the third floor. It's amazing how sound has its own little agenda. So that's one thing you can really control. When you have sounds like thumping in a pipe, um, whether it's an air trap or whatever, let your condo board know ASAP. The property manager. When I say condo board, whoever your contact is. If it's self-managed, it will be a condo board member. But if it's managed professionally, we're talking about the condominium management contact. But don't let those things just be ignored because it's telling you there's signs of a problem and something else could happen. So the other element to look for if you are sensitive to sound, is the location of the unit in regards to any courtyards that are shared, especially if they're enclosed. If there's a rooftop social area, barbecue area, you might not want to be right below that, like on the top floor. You also would pay attention to playgrounds and the proximity of your unit to a playground. So there are a number of things you can do. they are going to take you a little time, and they're going to narrow down your options. Sooner you identify what you can tolerate and what you can't, the better, because there's no such thing as a soundproof condo. You're living in a community. Children running up and down stairs in a townhouse condominium could drive a neighbor crazy. These are things to think about. If you want to be in a no child community, look at the video on age restrictions. But 55 plus today is where we're headed. There's some legislation and some legal cases around that, but just for a heads up, 55 plus, that's easy to achieve. In between, there's some more issues in the middle. But if you're in a building where they have children, then that's something to really think about. Is the construction of the building, is a townhouse going to work better than an apartment? Is an apartment going to work better than a villa? You can look at the style, look at the layout, look at the location, and then definitely think about, those kinds of elements. If you want hardwood in your condo, then you want to really find out if there are noise issues, and that's by asking the seller and looking at the minutes. The minutes are going to talk about these things. If there's never a mention of anybody complaining about sound, you might have a no issue. All it takes, though, is one owner to change their flooring without doing the sound proofing, and you have an issue that can be remedied, because owners are under rules when it comes to these things. So I'm hoping this is helpful in having you think about sound and noise and respecting the fact that it is a community. So, those big parties on Sunday with the family over and everybody running around is having an impact on someone. Pets is the other thing, which I haven't touched on yet. Barking pets. The thing we forget is that when people have beautifully calm, quiet dogs, in most cases, that's when they're home. It's when they're not home that they bark. I have been told by the police some time ago that these apartment buildings that have dogs actually have less break-in problems. It's a security benefit. So think about that, because dogs learn patterns. They recognize whose footsteps belong where and whose don't. So the tolerance for pets in the building might change knowing that. So I'll throw it out there. I just want to wish you all the best in choosing the right condo that you can put your head on the pillow at night and know you're going to sleep, and know that you can enjoy that meal without hearing somebody, walking across the floor above you. So let's take these into consideration and get the best condo that you can find that suits your needs, and not end up with the problem later. On that note, have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.